This is the sixth form library, but back in the early 1900s, it was the dining hall. And this Hi, I'm Mark Hansel, coming up on my showreel. Science doesn't have to be boring. Thousands of kids are going to be inspired when Dr. Howe takes his experiments to the Brighton Dome. How does it make you feel to know that the school might be closing?
Really upset because this school's been open for ages, and the people that only just started, they're going to have to find new schools, and it'll be a lot of struggle for their parents.
Just a few hours ago, you were presenting an award to Britney Spears, no less, at the MTV Europe Awards. How does this ceremony compare?
Well, as I said in the speech, for me, I was just more excited about being down here, Southampton University, picking up this honorary degree than actually presenting any awards.
You can contact me 078 66 66 3407 or markhansel85@hotmail.com.
I do these experiments so you don't have to. Please don't try this at home.
Science! Take one nutty professor and a group of excited nursery school children, and you have chemistry coming to life. Dr. Howe Sosabowski is not your average university lecturer. When he's not teaching his students, he's preparing for next month's Bigger Bang show in Brighton. Rudy, Ollie, Charlie and Edith are at his lab for a sneak preview. These mini scientists are learning all about chemical reactions. It's anything but a boring science lesson.
I think I like the orange one.
Why did you like the orange one then?
Because it's bright.
What did you think of the glove when it shot up in the air?
I thought it popped.
So do you think you want to see more experiments in the future?
Yeah.
Science!
But the show's not just light entertainment.
We've got a whole level of scientific heritage that we're letting slip through our fingers, and we need to get children into science, get them into industry, into academia, to pass on all the knowledge we've accrued up to now to the next generation. Science is what feeds us, what clothes us, what makes our industry and our economy turn over, and we need to invest in that. There's a child in all of us that wants to play with that chemistry set, and I'm trying to bring it out of people.
Science doesn't have to be boring. Thousands of kids are going to be inspired when Dr. Howe takes his experiments to the Brighton Dome. The Bigger Bang, fistful of test tubes, will explode into life on December the 10th. Mark Hansel in Brighton for Meridian Tonight.
We are the children of Lansdowne School.
But they might not be for much longer. There's not enough children to fill the English-speaking schools in Cardiff, which, according to the council, means Lansdowne will have to close. How does it make you feel to know that the school might be closing?
Really upset because this school's been open for ages, and the people that only just started, they're going to have to find new schools, and it'll be a lot of struggle for their parents, and it'll be really, really hard.
The number of surplus places in English medium schools has risen to over 8,000 in the city. But parents say closing Lansdowne isn't the solution.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. The school is a thriving school. It's financially sound. It has a very good reputation in the high schools in the area. It acts as feeder school to a number. So therefore, why take apart a school which is already working well?
It's partly because more and more parents want their children educated in Welsh. But at Ysgol Tregenna, also in Canton, they're struggling to cope with the number of pupils.
Every classroom is extremely cramped. Most of the children are not taught in ability groups, but simply the geography of the classroom. The school hall isn't a hall, it's a corridor, and there's multiple uses going on at the same time, i.e. a sick child waiting for the parent to pick them up at the same time as a gym lesson, at the same time as a music lesson. Young children, particularly the infant children, have probably a maximum of 15 minutes to eat their lunch because there isn't enough space in the school dining hall. The special needs room is a cupboard, which is obviously completely unsuitable. You know, I could go on and on and on. It affects the whole school every day. It's crazy.
That's why the council wants to move Ysgol Tregenna onto the bigger site of Lansdowne School. And if nothing is done, they say Welsh language pupils will lose out.
We will have people who opt for Welsh medium education, and the only way that we'll be able to satisfy that need is by shoving them into odd classrooms in English medium schools or demountable classrooms added on to existing Welsh medium schools, which in my view is not a satisfactory way of delivering an education system in the 21st century in the capital city of Wales.
The school children at Treganna, the Welsh school, are craving more space, but the children here at Lansdowne are desperate not to lose their school. The council has to deal with the problem of surplus English places and a real demand for Welsh medium education in the city. And they think at the moment that moving the Welsh language kids here is the solution. Mark Cancel, CGS News, Canton.
Looking back retrospectively over my career, it's incredible to think that how many songs have touched people around the whole entire world to be in this position. And I was only down the road in Holyrood Estate in Southampton. It's wonderful.
And how often do you get back here in Southampton?
My parents are still down here, so I always kind of travel backwards and forwards. My aunt is my dentist, so she always has me down here for regular checkups. I always, come on Craig, you need to get down, you need to make sure. You've been drinking Coke, have you been like any of the sweets? So I'm always back down here.
Bo Selector, does it offend you, your character, or are you flattered by it?
Do you know what, I think it started off being something that was quite, okay, it's quite flattering that. But I think after a while, it was quite relentless, and it got to the point where it was like, okay, enough is enough now. You can kind of trade off the fact of the success of Rewind, you can trade off the success of my career and where I'm at, but it gets to a point where you need to kind of break off of that.